The raised bed mix, which we call Magnificent 7.
I love the Shasta Daisy for a few reasons.
Root rot. A lot of people are having trouble with root rot because we had such a rainy season.
For the chance to win a 25-gallon shade tree.
Good morning, Northwest Arkansas, and all of our friends in America. My name is Mark.
And I'm Josiah, and you're watching or listening to the Rockwell Farms Garden Show, Two Nuts on a Tree.
Yeah, we weren't on last week. We were out for 4th of July, weren't we?
We were.
Yeah, I went to my brother Norman's.
Oh, good.
I had a really good time.
Good. What'd y'all do?
Shot fireworks.
Oh, right on.
Ate a lot of barbecue.
Ooh, yeah. I'll tell you what. Hey, we smoked some meat. And I don't know if you've ever done this, but we got a big chunk of bologna before it's cut, and we scored it and put a dry rub on it and smoked it for hours. And I don't know if you're a fan of bologna or not, but this was the best bologna I've ever had in my life.
So you're full of bologna?
Oh, sure am.
All right. Well,
awesome.
What are we going to talk about today? I got a whole list of things.
Yeah, for sure.
About. We're going to talk about grass killer.
Yeah.
Crabgrass.
Ooh, important.
Nutsedge.
Yeah.
All right. Because we got a lot of comments on this stuff.
Yeah.
Raised bed construction.
Yeah.
Show people how we did it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then the raised bed mix, which we call Magnificent 7.
Definitely.
Okay.
Go through that.
A lot of people are having trouble with root rot because we had such a rainy season.
Yes, it's pretty common right now.
And leaf spot, which is Cercospora and Septoria. Yeah. Spots on the cucumbers, tomato plants. And let's mention our tree giveaway. That was your idea.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, so if you are listening, if you come into the nursery and show that you have subscribed, you'll get entered in to a raffle for the chance to win a 25-gallon shade tree or 25-gallon tree, any tree of your choice.
Yeah.
And we'll plant it for you and everything that goes with it. So it'll be personally me coming out myself and planting that for you. You know, last year we did that. And it was right after the tornado. And
yes, that's right.
I think her name was Rhonda Brown. She won the tree, and she was able to give it to her kids that lost a tree from the tornado. So
that was good.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was good.
So you can enter in. Just come up to the nursery and show that you've subscribed, and we'll get you entered in.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, too.
Oh, yeah.
She was blessed beyond measure.
That's awesome.
She was happy.
It was pretty neat.
All right, well, let's get into our comment section. Is that what we want to do?
The comment section.
I got 3 good ones.
All right.
Okay, Dorothy wrote in, and she said that I'm having yellowing of older leaves on their tomato plants and cucumbers.
Yeah.
So that's that's why we're going to talk about root rot, and we're going to talk about leaf spot.
Okay,
because we've had so much rain, and so that'll lead us into our time to apply. Because So
we'll answer that.
Leonard has crabgrass and nutsedge in his lawn. He says he has a beautiful lawn, but he's dealing with crabgrass and nutsedge. And so we're going to deal with that also.
This is perfect. I was just out at a landscape job the other day where he had sod put in by another company, and it's got a whole bunch of crabgrass popping through that new, beautiful tall fescue. So this is great that we're going through this.
And Kathy said that she has grass in her flower bed.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So we're actually changing it up a little bit. So we'll have this show addressing all these products and so forth. And then we'll do shorts supporting what we're talking about in the short.
Yeah, we've talked about that, and it's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate the comments because it kind of keeps us in tune with what's going on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So if you're new to the show, you can we get these comments from you. You can email the show by going to rockwellfarmsnursery.com. Or you can also comment down below the video if you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, any of those other social media platforms. We do answer those questions on the show.
Yeah, it keeps us in check.
Yeah, definitely. Keeps us in tune with what's going on.
Yeah, because we can't think of everything. We try to.
No.
It doesn't really work.
Nope.
So let's get into time to apply because I want to listen to jazzy music. Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's get right into it. It's time to apply. I want to talk about the grass killer.
Yes.
All right. You know, when I had the radio show for like 19 years, I'd always say, people call in about grass in their flower bed and I'd say, well, use grass killer.
Yeah.
And they say, yeah, but what do I use? Grass killer. Well, what's it called, Mark? It's called grass killer. High yield grass killer. Okay?
Yes, you want to make sure it is high yield
Yes.
grass killer.
Right. And it works really good. It only takes 1 ounce per gallon. It goes a long way. The cool thing is it'll kill grass and will not kill your flowers.
It's going to leave those desirable plants alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're two separate animals.
Yep.
Okay. Your flowers are a different animal than your grass. It only kills grass. Okay. And for those people that don't know, corn is a grass.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So don't spray it around your corn.
Yeah, don't do that. Corn and bamboo. Yeah, don't do that.
Weed out crabgrass killer. This is our number one go-to for any crabgrass in the lawn. It will not kill your lawn, just kills crabgrass. I really like the product. And nutsedge control by Fertilome.
Yeah.
This will get rid of your nutsedge. And we're going to do a short on this so people know what nutsedge and crabgrass look like. And nutsedge is that just don't pull it. The more you pull nutsedge, the more you have. And to make all three of these products even more effective is a spreader sticker.
Yes.
I love the spreader sticker because you use it by teaspoons. There's no reason to buy a big one unless you have a big field. So the high yield spreader sticker makes these products a lot more effective, especially when you're dealing with grass, because grass has a waxy film on top of the blade, and typically the product will just slide off. Spreader sticker keeps it on that blade and makes your product a lot more effective, and it's cheap.
Oh, yeah. I just want to say this is so easy to use this weed out with crabgrass killer.
Yeah.
It just hooks up there. We have the hose hookup too.
Yeah.
It hooks right up to the hose where you can go out. You don't have to mix anything, and you just spray your yard. It's done. Over with.
The reason why we have the hose end spray and the concentrate is that the concentrate can control better. Like I have small fruit all around our landscape. So I'll use the concentrate, and I keep about 3 foot away from my vegetables and stuff. Medina, if you're in trouble in your vegetable garden.
No kidding.
This right here is our crack.
Yeah.
This gets it going. I really like the Medina fish blend. It is a fish blend because it has other things in it like molasses, things you don't think about. I love Medina. In fact, here, let me just go over the active. Well, we'll talk about it later on the active ingredient because they have everything in one bottle.
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, it's packed and loaded.
And also, go ahead.
That's also where we get our Has to Grow plant food.
That's
that
right.
stuff is so good. Same product that's in that.
And your Fertilome Fungicide 5. Okay, this is OMRI. It's totally organic. This will get rid of your your spots that you have on your vegetable plants. And you can also use it as a drench.
Oh, yeah.
So in the show, we're going to address each one of these, how to use them, and what they do.
All right. Well, that concludes time to apply. Why don't we get into plant of the week?
Oh, yeah. All right. What do you got?
I love this one. Go ahead. Lacanthamun superbum. So that is the Latin name for that, or scientific, whatever you want to call it. But this is the real sunbeam yellow Shasta daisy. And why don't you grab that one right over there?
There you go.
This is a beautiful yellow Shasta daisy. Now, this will frill out as this grows. The blooms actually get much larger than this. This is just in a 1 gallon, a little bit smaller. But the Shasta daisy, I love the Shasta daisy for a few reasons. This one, especially because it has that yellow color, which normally we'll see more whites.
Yeah.
But the Shasta daisy, it is drought tolerant. It is deer resistant. And
blooms all
super
summer.
easy to grow. And did I say drought tolerant?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's drought tolerant.
Yeah.
So this is one that you can plant. It comes out and it fills out and it spreads each year. So it gets a little bit wider. I'll have a short coming out on one of those. But this is such a beautiful flower, very foolproof. So if you are going for any kind of perennials, this is one every gardener should have in their garden.
Now, don't get that confused with chrysanthemums, because chrysanthemum will bloom only in the fall. Okay.
Correct.
Your
Yep.
leucanthemum blooms during the summertime.
Yeah.
They look similar, but they're different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I like the leucanthemums. the Shasta daisies.
Yeah.
Because they bloom all summer long.
They really do. I would say my favorite top variety is probably the Becky Shasta
Whoa,
daisy.
that's mine too.
I love that one. It gets big white flowers on it with that yellow center, and it gets pretty tall. It turns actually kind of into a small flowering shrub, about 3 foot tall and 3 foot wide.
And there's another one that's a dwarf. I think it's called Snow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a really pretty one.
Looks
as
like
well.
Becky, but it's a lot shorter.
It is a lot shorter. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And Birdie. Birdie is another one that I really like. All of the petals.
Sesame Street.
Yeah. All of the petals are kind of frilly and whirly. So that's another really pretty one.
What are they again?
It's a Birdie Shasta daisy.
Yeah, but what are they? Frilly?
Frilly. Frilly? Yeah,
We're
frilly.
coming up with all kinds
Frazzle.
all kinds of
Frazzly.
horticultural terms. All right, I want to start. I actually want to start with the garden, okay? Because people are having trouble with the garden right now.
Yeah.
We've had so much rain. A lot of people are dealing with root rot and spots on their.
And yellowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're having yellowing on the leaves, on the older leaves, more than likely it is from too much rain, and you're dealing with root rot.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you need to do is, if on a tomato plant and so forth, just kind of tug on it and see if it's rooted in there really good. I have pictures of root rot that we're going to show on our short and also on the show of a tomato plant that rotted out.
Okay.
So people are having trouble with their squash plants, their tomato plants, and the cucumbers rotting out because of all the rain. Now, the way to recover from that is twofold. You can use this Fungicide 5 as a drench. Okay?
Yes, you
it's totally
can.
organic, and it will get rid of your early blight and late blight, which is at the base of the plant. It'll also, botrytis is root rot. That's the evil fungi on the root rot, something called botrytis. And this will get rid of your botrytis as far as the root rot is concerned. So this is our go-to for the vegetable garden. You're getting rid of your diseases. It's totally organic. It will not harm your wife or children.
Yeah. You can use that up to the day of harvest, too.
Now, when you're in trouble, like everybody, every year's different, and this year a lot of people are in trouble because of all the rain. You can outgrow, you can prevent your root rot by outgrowing it, and also you can recover quickly from any disease that you have on your vegetable garden by using the Medina. All right? And I just want to read off, where is it? I want to read, that's Spanish. Do you know Spanish? Fish emulsion, cane molasses, apple cider vinegar, seaweed extract, and leonardite ore.
What is leonardite ore?
Leonardite ore is, it was actually developed by this guy named Leonard.
Thanks, Leonard.
Leonardite ore has a electric charge to it.
Okay.
Okay, it's kind of like taking those things to recover someone.
Okay.
Yeah. And leonardite ore actually adds electrodes into the garden that will activate the minerals that are already in there.
Kind of like humic acid does.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's the main ingredient in the humic acid.
Okay.
We probably should have added that to our list.
We should have, maybe.
But what people do is that they'll use that humic acid by fertilome every spring to activate all the work that they did last year.
Yeah, if you're having root rot, that means you have decaying roots and stuff. And so getting the microbes going to turn that back into feed for that plant is very important.
And that's exactly what this does.
That's amazing.
It's our, all right, we talked about the spray. Help me out here. The hose end spray, which is has to grow.
Yeah, it has to grow
And we
plant
talked
food.
about that being our Lazarus, right?
Yes.
The same active ingredients are in this right here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the Medina fish emulsion. And the nice thing about it, in the gallon, you use 1 ounce per gallon as a drench, and you can use a 1/2 ounce per gallon as a spray.
Yeah.
Where you can spray your vegetable plants, it'll actually translocate into the plant, and you get an immediate effect.
Now, what about even using root stimulator to outgrow that root rot? Is that a possibility as well with the endobutyric acid, or is it mainly a soil issue?
Yeah, the endobutyric acid only works on healthy root systems. It's not a recovery process.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I really like the Medina. And the nice thing about it is that what's a gallon? 123 ounces in a gallon. So that'll make 123 gallons. Or is it 132?
132.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
It make 132. We just gained 10 ounces.
Yeah.
It'll make 132 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
And what I do is I just put on my backpack sprayer, my 4-gallon backpack sprayer. I'll take the end off, okay? And I just give a little quart squirt at the base of each one of my plants that's struggling.
Okay.
It is amazing, the recovery process.
Okay.
We'll show that in our
Yeah, we'll get over that.
Next thing is your crabgrass killer. Okay, the main ingredient in this is dicamba. And the nice thing about this is that it'll not only get rid of your crabgrass, but it'll get rid of the other existing weeds that you might have in your lawn.
Yes.
It's a very good maintenance program. So it gets rid of your crabgrass and any broadleaf weeds that you have in your lawn. Okay? Any more you want to say about this?
Not a whole lot.
This is the time to use it. Because it has to be
warmer weather.
It has to be over 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay? And let's talk about nutsedge. Okay, now your nutsedge, this is a different type product. It will get rid of your nutsedge, but it also has prodiamine in it. So when you've killed your crabgrass, the way that crabgrass spreads is through seeds. Okay? It'll put out its flower head, and the seeds will disperse throughout. Not flower head, but anyway, the seeds will disperse throughout. And this has prodiamine in it, which is a preventive. It's a preventive of the seeds germinating.
So it's a pre-emergent as well.
Exactly.
As opposed to emergent.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it will keep your crabgrass from spreading, and it will get rid of the nutsedge.
That's good.
So I actually use those in conjunction with each other. I'll spray both my crabgrass control, kill the crabgrass, and then I use the nutsedge control to get rid of the nutsedge. And then in the fall, I'll use the nutsedge control again because it has prodiamine in it to make sure I don't have nutsedge for the coming spring.
Yeah.
Or any of those seeds germinating from that crabgrass.
That's
It's kind of a
huge.
preventative.
Yeah. Now, the difference between, making sure that you have something that is post-emergent and pre-emergent. You want to make sure that you have something that's going to, what he's going over is you want to make sure that you have something that's going to kill what's already there and what's going to stop it from coming back with a vengeance. Because if you know crabgrass, if you don't go all the way, it's going to come back and you're going to keep dealing with it.
And then on all these that we're talking about, the high yield spreader sticker, it's a non-ionic spreader sticker, which is very important, okay? Because you'll read on the back of the instructions on most herbicides or insecticides, they'll ask for a non-ionic spreader sticker. Now, what this does is that it makes the chemical stick to the blade of the grass. And so it sticks there, and it also spreads it. Have you ever put a drop of water on something waxy? It runs off.
Yeah.
It runs off. So what this does is that instead of that bead of product that you put it on there, instead of it being a bead, it will actually spread it throughout the blade.
Yes.
And it sticks on there. So I tell you, of all the things that we sell, the spreader sticker is the most biggest bang for your buck.
Yeah.
I'd have to say.
It's pretty good stuff.
And then your crabgrass killer. The nice thing about this is the lazy man's dream, because like Bermuda grass, when you're pulling it out of your garden, it's very hard. It's very hard to get out because Bermuda grass spreads through rhizomes, okay, underground stems.
Yeah.
And so you not only have to pull it on the top, you have a whole system of
You have so
roots.
much you can't see going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it will just ruin your summer. So instead of pulling it, use a crabgrass killer.
Yep.
Okay. And use 1 ounce per gallon. And with the spreader sticker, it is so effective. It's the lazy man's dream. And we'll show you how to use it in our videos because the proof is in the pudding.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be spraying this and using this. Now let's talk about our raised bed.
Okay.
Okay. The long time ago, remember square foot gardening?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
That guy?
I think I've got a book. Yeah.
Yeah, square foot gardening. I got the same book.
Okay.
The formula that he uses in the square foot gardening is the same formula that we use in our raised bed mix. Now, we call it the Magnificent 7 because it's 7 bags of our bulk material.
Yeah.
5 bags of your cottonburr compost, 1 bag of your horticultural grade vermiculite, and 1 bag of your sphagnum peat moss.
Yes.
You mix all that together, and boom, you have your mix.
And it's a really great mix. It's nice and balanced.
Yeah, it has a good proportion of your water holding capacity. That's what you get from your sphagnum peat moss. It has a good proportion of your porosity, and that's what you get from your vermiculite.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Cottonburg compost is the compost that holds your minerals and so forth. It really adds to it.
Yeah, and fertilizes and whatnot.
So that's what we have in our raised bed, and it's worked, I don't know.
Really, really good.
Yeah, about 100 years.
Yeah.
And so that's, and I also want to show people in our short how we constructed our raised bed.
Yeah.
You know, to where we have the pig wire going across.
Yeah, we have the hog panels, and then it's all concrete blocks. We just stacked concrete blocks. We used a masonry glue, essentially, and glued them together. And then we even filled up all those blocks. You know how they have the holes in them? We filled those up with our Magnificent 7 as well, and planted strawberries. The strawberries have exploded this year.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of strawberries.
I've been picking and picking back there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So there you go. I tell you what, that's the announcement of what we're going to do. And make sure that you pay attention to the shorts that we're going to make on all this, to where people can actually see us do it.
Going to be doing quite a bit of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So what else do you want to talk about? That's pretty much it.
I guess that's pretty much it.
It's kind of an introduction to all the shorts that we're going to do, so people can see how easy it is to use these products.
Yeah.
And we'll do a before and after. I like that.
I do like that.
Okay.
Time will make it grow. So
make sure you get on the YouTube channel and take a look at the shorts that we're about to make.
All righty. Hey, this has been great.
Short and great.
Short and great. Hey, if you like what you're hearing and you have questions about what we're talking about, go down in the comments section or go to rockwellfarmsnursery.com. We answered those questions on this show. So, all right. Hey, we'll talk to you next time.
Look forward to seeing you.
Later.